The years without a name. The prevailing dogma that autistic children look less at faces than do neurotypical children is backed by decades of work using looking behaviors inferred from third-person camera views, ratings of social engagement during structured clinical assessments, and gaze location to faces on two-dimensional screens. Karen A. Adolph, Kelsey L. West, Autism, The Face Value of Eye Contact, Current Biology, Volume 32, Issue 12, 2022, pages R577 to 580, ISSN 0960992. At the end, I find myself thinking about the beginning. As a child, my life seemed simple. Sleep, eat, go to school, and repeat. I never thought about autism. It wasn't even a word in my world. I was just a little awkward, shy, maybe, quiet, a bit nerdy. But nothing out of the ordinary, or so I thought. I was just another kid. At least, that's what I believed. But where does it begin? When does it begin? Let's go back. In my early year, I could spend hours happily lost in my own world, playing, drawing, observing. I didn't need much, just a pencil, paper, and time. Those were the best moments, the ones when I could just be me. Making friends wasn't impossible, but it was complicated. Not hard exactly, but definitely awkward. I often ended up in conversations that didn't quite click. I didn't realize it at the time, but I was already masking, learning to act normal, without knowing why. I know what you're thinking. You probably had no friends. But I did. A few. Kids who, like me, had their obsessions or quirks. One friend was really into Jacques Cousteau. He would talk about him every lunch without fails. I remember thinking, why does he talk about the same thing every single day? I tried to change the subject, but Cousteau is all he wanted to talk about. Oddly enough, I didn't mind. Maybe because it meant I didn't have to talk much or find another companion. Maybe because it gave me space to be alone in a crowd. Eventually, I developed my own interest in ocean exploration, mostly submarines and whales. There was no internet then, so I devoured images and articles in the dictionary, encyclopedias, and National Geographic. I tried to get into Cousteau's world, but I never really obsessed over it like he did. Now that I think about it, maybe he was autistic too. I smile. No one talks about the same thing every lunch unless they're wired a little differently. Life didn't feel weird, it just was. Every child seemed to have a place in the strange social hierarchy of youth. The cool kids, the normal ones, and the weird. Me, I was somewhere else entirely. Not cool, not exactly awkward. From my view, I was nothing more than air. The kind of kid who's there but not really noticed. Like background noise, like filler. And yet, I didn't question it. It was life, my story.